Skye, you have got to get me out of here and into some regular clothes. I'm suffering a perpetual draft.
Really? Well, serves you right for all the hot air you've blown all these years. Hide. Oh, Luke, thank God. A moment too soon.
Well, God had nothing to do with it. Thank my powers of deduction. You forgot to say where in the hospital.
Okay, put the disguise, please.
Prepare to love it.
A nun's habit? Oh, Luke, that's never gonna work.
Of course it's going to work. It's perfect for you.
Well, it's the problem. It's not for me.
And you are certainly not getting me into that thing.
Anyway, to make a long story short, Edward is pretending to be non-compos mentis, so the family won't be held liable for the lawsuits from the fire.
Well, nobody ever accused Edward of not having wily, bastardly skills to avoid lawsuits. Do you approve of this?
Well, I don't know. But Tracy, of course, is trying to take advantage of the situation. She wants to get control of the EOQ by having Edward committed, and there's no way that I'm going to let that happen. So I'm hoping that you'll help me hide him out until we can figure out what to do.
Baby, I'm here, aren't I? Oh, I say, that's a devilishly sexy look.
Did you dig this up just to torture me, Spencer?
No, it was poetic justice. I didn't know it was for you.
Oh, really? It itches like hell. And as a disguise, it's absurd.
Excuse me, what Edward means is thank you so much, Luke, for helping me out.
Don't mention it.
Okay, geniuses, what now, huh?
All right, well, you stay here. Luke and I are going to look for an escape route, okay?
What am I supposed to do in the meantime?
I suggest you toss up a couple of prayers.
Excuse me, sister. I need your help.
That old dog will stop fussing and scratching himself like a flea-infested schnauzer. That habit will be his ticket out of here.
Well, I agree. It's what happens after that concerns me. I mean, we have to be ready to burn rubber outside those hospital doors, you know, and not be seen with that scary nun, I might add.
Well, well. Would you look at this? Now it all makes perfect sense. Where have you stashed my father?
Edward's missing? Well, that's awful.
You're a much better liar when you're drunk. Of course, it would take a lying savant to cover this one. Luke and Skye aimlessly roaming the halls of General Hospital. The precise moment my father goes missing.
No, Tracy, you've jumped to a conclusion here without all the information. We have a perfectly valid reason for being here together. Don't we, Buttercup?
Yeah, we do.
It's okay. You can tell Tracy. She's family. Besides, when it really happens, I'm going to be shouting from rooftops.
Oh, well, feel free.
Skye had a doctor's appointment. We thought she was pregnant. False alarm. But we'll keep trying.
Wow. You are impressive, always thinking on your feet. But let me give you a little heads up. This one might actually bite you on your collective butts. You see, the longer my father is missing, the more deranged he looks. Next stop, loony bin. So let me suggest that if by chance, by some miraculous chance, you happen to run into my father, maybe you should convince him to turn himself in. Good luck with that pregnancy thing. I'll be watching. Just the person I wanted to see. Sage, could you run along? I need to speak to my son.
But Dylan and I have
I said run along.
Call me, okay?
Sure. I'm not in the mood. I'm so not in the mood.
Sweetheart, you're gonna have to keep your mood to yourself because I have a job for you.
Oh my God, what? What now? What?
Silver hair, brown eyes. He's, sort of attractive for a man his age. Have you seen anybody that fits that description? No. Well, if you do, could you contact me, please? I'm Dr. Alan Quartermain. See, we've had a lot of family problems lately, and he just snapped. He's not a well man, but he thinks he's perfectly rational. He is crazy, however, but more like a fox. He's deceitful and manipulative, and now he's desperate. Sister, are you all right? You don't seem well either.
Dr. Quartermain, your father was just spotted.
How did you know he was missing?
Tracy mentioned it several times.
Well, where is he?
He was headed for the front entrance. You better hurry.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Here, I'll help you up, Sister Pugnacious.
Don't you touch me. I'm finished with this. It's humiliating.
Look, you better get used to it unless you want Tracy to dart you like a rogue elephant. I thought so. Okay, here's the deal. Wait here 30 seconds and head for the service elevator on the east entrance. It's clear. It leads to a loading dock. We'll be waiting out there with a getaway car.
All
Capiche?
right. All right.
All right. Seeking spiritual guidance.
Luke, do you believe in that deja vu? Because I could swear we've done this before.
We have, young Spielberg, and you proved to have quite a head on your shoulders. Use it now. There are times to get a good eyeful, and there are times to look away.
This is me looking away.
Good man.
This is where you're going to hide me. It's a terrible idea. If Tracy suspects you, it's the first place she's going to look.
Oh, my God. You haven't shut up since I found you in the elevator. Now, knock it off. Luke and I'll drop you the nearest convent. How'd you like that?
Just help me get out of this torture that I'm wearing, please.
Yeah, what are we going to do about the Mother Superior?
I'm sure I have something that you can wear. Let me go look.
Wipe the smirk off your face.
Is there any way to talk to the man who saved you from a padded cell at Shady Brook?
The question is why? Skye needs help, and the first person she calls is not Jax or Ned, it's you. What have I missed?
Skye and I are business partners, Edward. We're close.
How close?
What exactly are you asking me?
I want to know what your intentions are towards Skye.
Intentions? Did that wimple cut off circulation to your peanut brain?
You don't fool me for 1 minute, Spencer. You've never had an honest impulse in your entire life. Skye told you that I named her my heir. You want to marry into my money.
No, the last I heard there was no money. My intentions, Edward, are to ravish Skye on a daily basis and have her return the favor every night.
You're disgusting.
Well, Edward, I found something for you. I left it on the bed.
Anything's better than this.
How long do you think you can put up with the old goat?
As long as it takes me to come up with a plan, I was hoping you'd help me.
You saying you like me for my mind?
Among other things.
Such as?
Well, I guess that depends on how ravishing you want me to be tonight. Although I do suspect that was only talk.
No, that sounds like a dare.
What if it is?
I'm up for dares.
You expect me to wear this? Oatmeal and herb tea? Do I look like a health fanatic to you?
Oh, I shudder to think what your regular breakfast looks like.
Throw in a couple of sausages. We'll call it even.
Edward, you just had a massive coronary. I did not rescue you from General Hospital, only to return you there in an ambulance.
Skye, I need my strength to fight off Tracy. That backstabbing ingrate's in for a fight of her life.
Good morning, Blaze. Sister Pugnacious.
Doesn't he bother to knock?
Why do you care?
In other words, no? You allow this man to come traipsing into your home at all hours? Where in God's name is your self-respect?
All right, you know what? He's all yours. I'm taking a break from nursing
Scott.
duty.
Oh, Edward, don't you realize the very first rule of house guest etiquette is don't aggravate the hostess?
I refuse to sit silent while you take advantage of that girl.
Me take advantage? Let's talk who's taking advantage here, Edward. Who used her to escape Tracy? Who's hiding out in her house? Who's promising her bogus love?
I appreciate everything that Skye has done for me, and I intend to reward her without any coaching from you. Now, since you're here, why don't you make yourself useful and get me a proper breakfast?
Eat up, then we'll figure out a way to get you out of here.
Bless you, Spencer.
Edward, put that down. Luke, what are you doing? The man just had a heart attack. You're gonna kill him with all that cholesterol.
Well, that's the idea. Then he can take the blame for the hotel fire to his grave. You can inherit everything, and I can live in a way that I've always wanted to.
I'm gonna revise my will and stipulate Skye only gets the money if she doesn't marry you.
Who said anything about marriage?
Fine. I'll include any romantic liaisons.
You're going to put a no-sex clause in your will? Who's going to enforce it?
Luke, please. Look, I know he's infuriating, but please, the man has a weak heart.
Why do you give this reprobate the time of day? He's never had a good influence on anybody in his entire life. He'll take you straight to ruin if you give him half a chance.
Okay, that's enough. I can always find another way to make a buck. Come on, Blaze, let's toss the old tyrant out in the snow. Better yet, let's call Tracy and tell her to come and pick him up. Tracy! Good morning! How odd, we were just talking about you. To what do we owe this?
Cut the song and dance. You have my father in there.
What do you want?
My father. I know damn well he's hiding out here.
Really? Well, that's news to me.
The innocent act does not become you. I suppose I should thank Daddy, though. You know, the disappearing act is doing a really good job of showing how completely gaga you are, Daddy.
Oh, I'd say the crazy one here is you, Tracy. I mean, barging in here and talking to thin air.
Let's see. Whose tray of cholesterol is that?
Oh, honey, you made me breakfast. The domesticity just oozes out of you.
Oh, sweetie, you know I've been taking cooking lessons. Anything
You don't think I'm going to buy the domestic devotion act, do you? I know that Luke helped you smuggle Daddy out of the hospital into your car and over here.
Well, you have a very vivid imagination, Tracy.
I have very vivid proof. This is how you got him out of the hospital.
Leave that alone.
Daddy as a nun. The mind boggles.
This is a violation of privacy. Okay, what I do in my home is my business and nobody else's.
Except mine.
Let's see. You expect me to believe that you dress up as a nun?
No, where's the originality in that? I am Sister Mary Frances Domine, and this is Trixie, my student who needs discipline. Must have discipline. Want to play, Trixie?
That's disgusting.
Well, in that case, I guess we won't invite her back to the playroom in the back.
Listen, when I find my father, and I will, and I happily lock him up in Shady Brook, I will leave him with the comforting thought that his sole heir is a drunk and a pervert.
She requires discipline. Discipline.
Sister Frances Mary Domine, what are you, demented?
It worked, didn't it?
Like a charm. Well done, Spencer. It takes someone truly twisted to chase Tracy off.
Thank you. Tracy will be back next time kinky sex games are not going to scare her away.
So what's the plan?
To prove I'm sane.
That means you're going to have to cough up every cent you own to pay off the lawsuits for the hotel fire.
Justice is a capable attorney. He'll find a legal solution that doesn't include locking me in a metal bin.
Grandfather, you know what? Why don't you just rest this afternoon? We'll work out the details, okay?
Hey, we don't have time for that.
The man's recovering from a heart attack.
And he could have another one if that barracuda offspring of his shows up and finds him here. We need a game plan now. I was putting it up. I wasn't putting it down.
Yeah, right. You know what?
I could
Here.
be persuaded.
Hold that up, would you?
Hold it up?
Higher.
Up.
No, give me my robe.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. I thought maybe you were cold or, you know.
Yeah.
I really...
Okay, you can take it down now.
Sorry, I apologize.
Oh, my God, Edward, I should go check on
No, I already
him.
checked on him. He's in there snoring away. Look, when I went to the spare room last night, I had no idea that you were going to be the one ending up on the couch. I would have been happy to sleep here.
No, it's better this way.
No, it's not
okay?
better. It's better for him, but you shouldn't have to sleep on the couch.
The man is recovering from a heart attack.
Blaze, what he's doing is manipulating you. And he's going to continue to manipulate you. He's leading you on. He's going to break your heart. He's going to reject you. All the same old stuff. You're just going to be in pain.
Careful not to fall off your soapbox. Coffee! I need some coffee.
What I'm saying is a business partner is no good to me, wandering around the casino, moping around, mildewed, teary-eyed.
Mildewed?
Well, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Don't you?
Listen, I appreciate your concern, but my heart is fine, really. It's locked behind walls and guarded by sumo wrestlers. So really, it's not in the market for being broken by Edward or anyone else.
I'd lay big bucks that sumo wrestler protected heart of yours is actually as squishy as a handful of marshmallows.
Really? Well, I don't know whether I should be insulted or flattered.
Look, hear me, Skye. Edward has been playing the players since long before you were born. You are the favored one right now, but the minute he can't use you anymore, he's going to flatten you like a pancake, toss you on the breakfast buffet, and let those other cannibals slap butter all over you and pour some syrup on your private parts.
Well, people say the same things about you, you know.
So you talk about me.
Well, only in passing.
You like me.
Oh, really, I have no feeling about you one way or the other.
No, you like me. You really like me. See, this is a challenge. You like me. This is a challenge.
Then you just take your best shot, okay?
Get away from her, you lich. The hell do I have to do around here to get breakfast? Oatmeal again?
It's good for you.
Sticks to your ribs.
It's bland and boring, not to mention lumpy.
Well, I never said I was a chef.
Body like that, you don't need to cook.
Stop your drooling, Spencer. She's out of your class. Can you get me a little brown sugar?
No! Stop being such a baby.
You can have all the sugar you want when you get to Brazil.
Brazil?
Yeah, getting out of the country is the safest way to keep you out of Shady Brook, and I picked Brazil because it's carnival time. I know you love to samba, and even you deserve to be able to look out the window and see some gorgeous Brazilian bombshells in thongs.
He's got a very good point there.
Did I ask you to do this, Luke?
You asked for my help.
Come here. Edward is sick.
He'll survive in Brazil.
He's at risk for having another heart attack.
So you want me to rethink Brazil?
Oh, forget Brazil. He stays here in Port Charles.
Here with you? Are you out of your mind?
You know, I will find a place for him to hide where I will take care of him, okay? Just because you take off at the first sign of trouble does not mean that that's appropriate for Edward.
Oh, nice. Low blow.
Good.
What are you doing here?
It's over. Grandfather, you're not staying here anymore.
Young Spielberg, you continue to impress. How long have you known that Edward was here?
I put it together last night. Don't worry, though, I haven't told anybody.
You can't. If Tracy finds out that Edward is here, she'll ship him off to Shady Brook. That way she can just run the family without interference.
Not to mention ELQ. She's wanted my company since I gave her her allowance for the first time. You think we're in bad financial straits now? She'll take us to new depths.
You know, Grandfather, there is an obvious solution here. Why don't you just do the right thing? Tell everybody that you're sane and take responsibility for the hotel fire.
Impossible. Unless you want to kill your grandfather. Edward just had a serious heart attack. Now, he barely survived, and he's not out of the woods yet. Tracy wants to ship him off to a mental institution, and you want to put him through the pressure of a trial and, better yet, a prison term? There's no way that Edward will survive either. No, he needs a chance to recuperate, okay?
Has anybody seen this arson report? Do we know how much trouble we're dealing with here?
Not to my knowledge. Hasn't been released yet. Unless you know something different.
Well, then I suggest we stop running around like Chicken Little looking for an umbrella and we check the weather report.
Well, that makes sense.
How? I'm obviously not in any position to call in favors.
Let me worry about how.
Excuse me. Hey, everybody, I haven't said that I'm not going to blow the whistle on this yet.
Well, before you decide, consider all the ramifications. For instance, we need somebody on the inside.
Inside of what?
Someone has to keep an eye on Tracy.
Why are you guys looking at... No, I'm not turning against my mom.
Only temporarily, son. Only temporarily. It's for the good of the family.
Oh, don't listen to him. Forget the family. You do this for yourself. Be your own man. If you think this is a bad idea, then so be it. But if you'd like to help Skye, protect your grandfather, then do it. What's it gonna be, Dylan? Are you ready to cut the apron strings and think for yourself?